Elevating Our Game book club in life. And this is just sharpen our skills so we can become more confident, have a better self-esteem, and increasing our knowledge. And this is why we do this. So our book is First Steps to Wealth by Dani Johnson. We're on chapter 4, and this chapter is polishing your gems. So I also want to give a shout out to the amazing fathers out there today. It's Father's Day, and I hope you guys are really, really enjoying it because you deserve it. With that being said, this is why we're here because our fathers are always, pushing us to be better, as well as our mom. But I just wanted to give that shout out. And we have my partner here from Dallas, Texas, Arturo. So wave, Arturo. So,
Hello.
right, we're excited about this, guys. I think we kind of got the kinks out. We've been having some technical difficulties for the last few weeks, and I think we kind of figured out. But as you guys well know, life always seems to happen. So hopefully, we'll just get better as we go along with the book club. So the title today is "Polishing Your Gems," and I like the chapter one. This chapter is because I kind of didn't understand what she was saying, but gems, we're all gems. We all right are made of different kind of, like, diamonds and emeralds and pearls. So that's how she in this book she explains each individual people. And when the chapter had first started off, it was talking about a branch manager who really who became one who was just a teller, and she really wanted to move up in the job and actually become a branch manager. But people were saying, like, she doesn't have the experience, she doesn't have a degree, and she doesn't have this and that. They kept telling her all about that. But what they didn't know, that she had heart, and she cared about a lot of people, and she had a great personality. She's like to serve people, and she got to know people. And they come to find out that she went from a teller again to a branch manager, and also she trained other banks because she was getting accounts that other people wasn't getting, who was experienced, okay, and had degrees and so forth. So this is what I liked about this, because she realized that what she needed to do was polish people's gems, just bring it out the best in people, and what they like and what they don't like, and that's how she was able to get these accounts and keep these accounts. So she also, if you guys remember, in the first time I think we got started in this book club, she invested in herself, right? She attended seminars to work on herself. I like that, and that's what we do here, and this is what we're doing with this book club, because we invested in ourselves, and we are reading weekly so we can get better. So again, she quickly got promoted, and she learned how to communicate with people. So in the book, Arturo, Danny calls it "People Are Gems," like I was saying earlier. So sapphires are motivated by fun. Okay, they like to socializing. So and that's the way we communicate. Just get to know what people and who they are, and that's how we can better help them and serve them. So you want to add to that, Arturo?
That's right. Basically, just like you're talking about right now, Sherita. Very excited to talk about this chapter 4, and what you're just mentioning right now. Understanding more how to communicate effectively with people. And so, for everybody that's keeping up with the last couple of chapters, the last one talked about using our magnetic influence to be able to effectively talk to other individuals, other people that we know that are either going through something similar, or at the same time, becoming the person that we're supposed to become, right? And in this case, she mentions becoming a person who achieves goals and leaves a positive, lasting impression in other people.
Mm-hmm.
You could be that person, or you could also um, do the total opposite, right? So basically, in this chapter, one of the things that I enjoyed about it is where she talks about discovering, um, basically talks about discovering who you are, what makes you, and what is it that, how can you use your skills, your own unique abilities to be able to do different things out there, to help other people. And so, as a basically as the entrepreneurs that we're, here, we're learning from this incredible book. One of the things that I like that she talks about is that instead of trying to change people to be like you, which is what 98% of the people do, you're going to learn how to change how you deal with them. So that's one of the takeaways that I got from this book, is learning how to be able to communicate with other people, and remembering that we cannot change people. We can only change how we deal with people. And that's a big difference. So changing, another takeaway that I got was changing yourself is the only absolute guarantee of something you can change. Changing your circumstances or changing the people around you is not going to help. It's not gonna work. You have to change yourself, right? And so that's what we're talking about. That's the reason we're going through this incredible process. Right. Is that I like how she talks that we're all designed differently, and we can learn to work together in harmony together, right? And so, with our own different skills and abilities, everybody's different. So, we try to change somebody else, for how they think and stuff. That's not really gonna work. We have to learn how to communicate effectively. And so that was one of my takeaways.
And this, once again, why we are reading this book is because it's the same thing. You probably know I'm an outgoing person. And when I am with a person who is not so outgoing, I don't know really how to communicate with them because they're so quiet. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to, like, are they gonna get mad at me because I keep talking? Do I shut up? What do I do? So this is also helping, right? Like you said, don't try to change them, right? Just change myself so I better learn how to communicate with somebody who's quiet. Like here, a Pearl is motivated by helping other people. All gyms want to help people, but Pearls they want to help everything and everybody. And this is what they do. Emerald is someone who is motivated by facts and figures, and that's another thing. I am not that kind of person who's technical, right? I just I can't handle that, right? So, and Ruby's motivated by challenges, and that is I can handle that because challenges I've been knowing all my life. But gaining understanding of who we are and how to relate to others and in their environment. So that gave me some insight to, like I said, better communicate with people and know how to react. And so we all can be in harmony with that. So that's how I perceived it in my takeaway.
Yes, exactly. Definitely agree with what you're talking about right now, how we're different gems. She talks about that. And so, how she mentions the 4 basic personalities. She compares that we're all gems, very similar to personalities, right? And so those are the 4 different types of people, just like you talked about right now. And so she says that each person has a great strength to shine, yes, to grow, and to flourish, right? Love it. That's really exciting to me. I mean, it's just incredible, to be able to help people understand that, we all have these 4 different gems within us. We're all a little bit of sapphire. We're yes, all a little bit of pearls. We're all a little bit of emeralds. There's a little bit of rubies within us. And so, how you just brought that up, it's incredible because I really agree with a lot of that, simply because, I wrote down a little description about it.
Okay.
Because I thought it was really interesting how it works. One of them for sapphire, every person out there, how we all have a little bit of everything. So sapphire, the one of the qualities of a sapphire is that they like to be fun. They're sociable, right? The pearls, pearls, gems, people that have that type of personality, they like helping other people. and all gems just simply want to help other people. But the pro wants to help with everything, right? And
Yes.
everyone in a totally different way than others. And so,
Yeah.
they're not really motivated for the money.
Right.
They're motivated because they want to help people. The third one would be Emerald, which I thought it was interesting because they're motivated by facts, right?
Yes.
So the other type of personalities, which I've met people like that. I'm sure you have.
Yes.
And the last one, I know you want to talk about the last one.
What, the rubies?
Yes.
Yes. That's why I can relate to that one because, like I said, challenges is just all I know all my, all of my life, and that I can just better relate to people with that. And I learned also in college, actually from my biology teacher, which actually makes sense now, that you learn more from other people's mistakes than you actually do their successes. But with me saying that is that like attracts like. So that's why they ask, when we get to understand these people and we understand how to uh, communicate with them, that's gonna make attraction for us, right? So that we can come together in harmony. Not that they're gonna change and be me or I change to be them. We just can better communicate, and and help them to solve whatever issue that they have. Make it a win-win. And so that's how I relate. Now, again, facts with me, figures, I want to say not so much, but I can relate to helping people like the pearl and the sapphire, and I'm social. So I don't have as much emerald in me as I do the other personalities. And that's, like you said, why we are all gems. And the thing is, we have to tap into that. People have to know where their strengths are. Like I'm gonna share this with you. Like back in the day, I used to get jobs. Way back in the day, I went to get a job at the bank, and they were hiring, and remember how you said facts and figures. Like I said, I don't know how to count money, and I'm always afraid to count money like that because I don't want to mess up. Nobody think I stole the money, so I didn't like that, right? So I'm like, stay away from that. But I met the manager, and somehow she says, I don't just in like 5 minutes or so. She says, don't worry about them. Don't worry about knowing how to count money. I can teach you how to do that. She says, but what I can't teach is your personality. So she hired me on the spot, provided I passed the background check, which I would. But she said that, see how I didn't have the facts and figures, but she knew my personality would add to her company, right? So
Yeah.
that's what I'm understanding the gem in me that she saw. So your takeaway on that, if you want to add to that or take away.
Exactly. And just like you're talking about, she saw that gem in you, right?
Mm-hmm.
The same
Mm-hmm.
way that we'll be able to identify with other people's
Yes.
gem,
Right.
because it's other people's qualities, other people's different unique styles and abilities. So when she talks about honoring people,
Yeah.
I think that was an incredible way to put it, because when you're able to identify other people's gems, you're able to help
Yeah.
more people the best way possible, because you understand that everybody's different, and
Yeah.
so but at the same time, if you're able to understand the different personality types, that which is something to know that we all have a little bit of everything within us. We're all I find myself, most for me, I could identify with being a ruby. I'm
Okay.
motivated by challenges, and I like to, just try to be first in a lot of things, but a lot of the times I'm also um, uh, a little bit of sapphire. I'm fun, I'm sociable, and at the same time, I'm a pro. I like helping people.
Right.
Even if a lot of the times, sometimes I find myself doing things where there's not really a lot of benefit for me, but I do it because I just enjoy helping people, and so that's one of my takeaways, and I was able to relate to that. So what she talks about is basically also, everyone out there has something similar. Some
Mm-hmm.
people are motivated differently, and so learning to identify our primary gem and others' primary, learning about who we are and learning how to relate with others and their environment, and learning to identify relationships,
Mhm.
and identify relationships, their strengths and their
Yes.
weaknesses, right?
Yes.
So that we
Right.
can motivate each gem. And so that's one takeaway that I got.
Yes. And just switching off an authors right quick. John Maxwell always says that work in your strengths, right? And therefore, that where you will see your greater returns if you work in your strength. Because if you're working in your weaknesses, because one, it doesn't bide with you, your body doesn't feel it, and you're not really going to get much return. Would you get return? Most likely. But if you're working your strengths, you're going to shine. So, and that's the same thing with this gym. So once we know what personality types people are, we can help them shine in that personality or whatever it is that they want in life, And so I'm getting better at that. Again, getting better with communicating with people and just uh, actually find out what they want and show, just and showing them how to get it and let them know that it's okay. Like some of my old, I have to relate the story again. My old girlfriend, I hadn't seen her in a while. Her daughter graduated 18 years old, and I said, so she graduated from high school. So I just assumed she was going to college. I don't know. I said, is she going to college? And she says, no, she's not. I said, okay. So she said she's going to go be a hairdresser. She says, she was kind of like disappointed. I'm like, why are you disappointed? Because she may be the best hairdresser on the south side of whatever, Canada and New York, whatever it is, right? She may be the best, and that's where she's going to shine, right? You see what I'm saying? That if that's where her strengths are, if that's where that fulfillment, enjoyment come in from, that's what she needs to go do. So I just want to share that with people. And some, though my son's not good in math, or my daughter's not good in this, but what is he good at? See, that's what happens, right? We tend not to find what are they good at. And I'm learning that in life. And so that's why I want to make sure. And I believe that. I think if we find our passion, we're going to find a purpose in life. And then we'll know how to utilize that and go out here, right? And make a difference in the world, right? And become you want a better part, helping society just be a better place.
Exactly. I totally agree with what you're just talking about, because when we get good at doing this, we can truly be able to just help people really, become the best version of
That's right.
themselves.
That's it. That's it.
Uh, and honestly, I know that we're running out of time already as well.
Mm-hmm.
And, when we're able to look at the different personality types,
Yes.
understanding how we all have different qualities, we all have different motivations, and we'll be able to learn the language of the gems. And that's one of the things
Yes.
that I'm taking away from the book.
Mm-hmm.
Working with the different personality types. And so this is a process, it's a journey. And so it's something that we continuously learn about. I'm really taking a lot of incredible things out of this book.
Yes.
Just being able to communicate more effectively,
Yes.
being more comfortable, talking in
Yes.
front of camera, talking to other people. And so I'm just very excited, very grateful, and very blessed to be able to do this every Sunday with you. And for everybody that's watching, really encourage all of you guys to keep joining us every Sunday. And so I'm gonna leave it with Sherita right here. I know that you want to close us off for this incredible call, Sherita.
Oh, well, I thank you, Arturo. I thank you for joining me as well, and I look forward to every Sunday. I'm excited at what we have and where we're going to go with this. So, guys, like he said, thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you guys again next Sunday. Next chapter is Prosper Where You Are Planted. That's chapter 5. Prosper Where You Are Planted, and I look forward and excited to read that. So, thank you once again. Happy Father's Day to all you fathers. Bye-bye.
Happy Father's Day to everybody. Bye bye. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you guys next Sunday.